And we start with the Shohei Ohtani news that broke this morning. Torn UCL in his right arm, his pitching arm. Will he need surgery? We don't know. Will he have it now if he does, or finish off his MVP season? As of now, it seems he will continue the season for the Angels as a hitter. But this happens as he approaches free agency. Going forward, what will he be? Two-way player? Maybe pitch but don't start? What effect will it have on his free agency and his next contract? John Heyman with the latest on that. A contract that was expected to be the richest in the history of baseball. So again, as of now, no surgery planned, but Ohtani is done pitching for the season. He's still the best hitter in the game. So the bombshell leads the show. Let's do a little digging in. And we start with this. The thing that was seen as near impossible, one player pitching and hitting successfully at the major league level, Shohei Ohtani did that. And he did that at the same time, both the first time in modern baseball history. Even Babe Ruth transitioned to full-time as a hitter. Ohtani did not. But the signs have been there all along that he might have to make a choice. I know. I've been a killjoy on this for years. I know he's great. I know what he's doing is historic. But he broke once. He had Tommy John surgery, missed a year and a half of pitching already. At the rate they were using him, I've been saying, he's going to break again. So let's start with this. This is Ohtani pitching in March. You have to admire him. He's getting ready to play for his country in the World Baseball Classic. It's mid-March. He's full throttle, throwing 98 to 100. Wicked stuff. He pitched 3 times for Japan, 2 starts, and then closed out the championship game against the United States. Famously struck out Mike Trout to lead Japan to the title. But he is all out in March. So you have to wonder, what was he doing starting Patriots Day in Boston in April? There was a bad forecast that day. I brought it up at the time, but there he was, starting a game at 11 a.m. in April in Boston, 50 degrees in the rain. Of course, the rain came. He pitched 2 innings. And not only that, but because he only threw 31 pitches in that game, the Angels sent him back out for his next start on 3 days rest, on short rest. 4 days after the truncated start in the rain, he threw 7 shutout innings against the Royals. Oh, he was great. Struck out 11, 102 pitches. So I want to say, he didn't get hurt right then and there. He didn't. But you have to avoid overworking the golden goose. Ohtani is a prized thoroughbred, tough as nails, but breakable. You need to do everything you can to give him the best chance to stay healthy. That's what modern load management is all about. Let's keep going. Now, the Angels do give him 5 to 6 days of rest between every start. That's how he pitched in Japan, and it's good practice. But on July 27th, he went out and threw a 1-hit shutout against the Tigers. 111 pitches in Game 1 of a doubleheader. All good, dominant, but 111 pitches matched his season high. So I have to say, later that day, I was incredulous when I saw him come out and play in Game 2 of that doubleheader. A 1-hit shutout is a full day's work. Don't cook the golden goose. He hit 2 home runs in that second game, so everyone told me, what's your problem? Here's your problem. He had to leave that game early because he had cramps in his side. No one seemed to think it was an issue. So let's go back to this very show the next day, July 28th. How is Ohtani playing Game 2 of that doubleheader? It's a straight doubleheader. He pitched a complete game. He's never done it. They roll him out to DH again. I hit 2 home runs. Everyone's going to say that today. He almost, like, if that's his oblique that he was clutching, we got a real problem. How are they, in real time, Bob, I'm thinking, how are they rolling him out in Game 2?
He's Shohei Ohtani. He's
blown out already. Bob, he had surgery on his arm. He's blown out before.
I get it. I get it. You have a point, but it's not overly convincing to me.
Yeah, because he's not hurt right now. Right, because he's not hurt right now. So you're not convinced because he's not in the hospital right now.
Right. If I see him being wheeled down the corridor
then you're
on
sold,
a stretcher, then that's a different thing.
Bob Costas will be on this show Friday. I'm sure he'll have something to say to me after I rolled that. The problem is, I don't want to get on Bob here, but that's what everyone was telling me. It's the wear and tear. That's the issue. I have to say, maybe Ohtani gets injured anyway. Maybe the toll of pitching in the majors alone still brings these injuries. Maybe. Maybe it's the pitching and the hitting, which has to be a factor moving forward. We don't really know. What we do know is that you have to be careful with your thoroughbred racer. The wear and tear began mid-season. It was called a blister. He was said to have a fingernail issue. He had cramping in his side. One time he said he had tingling in his hands. That's his own diagnosis. That's not good. But it was begging for load management. After that, he said he had arm fatigue, gave himself 13 days of rest. But it's adding up. If you're paying attention to a guy who's already had to shut it down once because of an arm injury and have surgery, it was all adding up. That all led to yesterday, to where, take a look at his body language. It's completely different. Look at the body language here compared to what he looked like in March in the WBC. Look at him here. Ohtani normally sits 97. He was striking guys out still. But, again, his average fastball is 97. Yesterday, 93. That's 4 miles per hour. The golden goose has been cooked. It's a torn UCL. Got the diagnosis between games of the doubleheader yesterday. Still went out and played the DH for Game 2. Think about that. He's game, but you need to save the fighter from himself. His new team is going to have to face the facts. Ohtani is not a full-time pitcher. If he did just pitch, he may likely be the #1 pitcher in the game. That's how great he is. But even when doing both successfully, here are the plate appearances as a hitter last 3 years and innings pitched as a pitcher. It's in the right-hand column. He's throwing 130, 166, and 132. 132 innings. These are the last 3 years each. At his best, while he's young, in his prime, he has limits. When he gets his big-time contract, the player and the team will be better served realizing this. For now, he is a free agent to be with the highest of ceilings, but one who remains a very breakable human being.